we wished for a situation where the military government and the civilian population could go back to the old days when we respect and loved our military, when we looked upon our soldiers as our defenders, and the soldiers also looked upon the people as their family, as those who would nurture them and those who would help them in the discharge of their duties. So from the very beginning, I've always said that I am not out to attack the military or to do the military down, but to make sure that we establish a society where the military and the civilian population are two faces of the same coin, all working towards the security and freedom of our country.
You were seen at Armed Forces Day very openly sitting alongside the chiefs of staff in the military, Aung San Suu Kyi. What's your view about the future role? Because the President has said they will still have a special place in the future of the country.
I want the military to have a special place in the hearts of our people. And that is to say, I want a military that is professional and that is honorable and that is there to defend our nation and our people. And this is the kind of army my father anticipated when he founded it back in the early 1940s.
Can it be changed after what's happened?
Of course, I believe that change is always possible, provided we are serious about it and we are sincere about it. And I do believe that the great majority of our soldiers love our country, like the rest of us. I have great hopes that one day this army can once again be the kind of institution that we so honored and loved at one time. I have total confidence in that. There are people in the army who want it to be a professional institution, such as it used to be, that was confident of the people's love and respect. And I'm sure that there are very many people in the army who would rather that our country was under a clean civilian government rather than a questionable military one. A military should be about doing its own work. Every organization in the land must understand what its duties are, what its responsibilities are, and what is not for them to do. That is very important. Over the last several decades, actually over the last half century, our military has become politicized. This to me is not a desirable development. It was not meant to be that way. The country should not be the servant of the army. The army must be the foundation of the country. Selfless is at the core of an honorable and respected army. And that is what I want the army of my country to be. One day it will come to an end for all of us. And what do you want to look back on? What kind of life would you like to say you have led? What kind of legacy would you like to leave? What is it that makes it worthwhile to be a human being? I think this is one of the questions that we all need to answer if we are to be able to serve, to lead. Because only if you know what you want as a human being, what your aspirations are as a human being, will you be able to fulfill the aspirations of others. You can be a complete man, whether you are a military man or a civilian. And what we need in our country is an army that recognizes the worth of civilians and the importance of civilian authority over the military. All of you here are trained for leadership. But what I find most interesting is that all of you here are trained to be leaders under a civilian authority. Although you are trained to be leaders, you also have to be followers, good followers. There is nothing more honorable than a professional army which is interested not in political power, but in helping to uphold the will of the people.